great. So we're gonna get after it, Months. Let's you got your news to break down. So intro episode for the O2 podcast for this week. So we've got Cameron Tinker is our main guest for this week's episode, Midwest Gunworks. We just talked to Turd Ferguson / Jacob Knight from GoWild. He gave us an update on SHOT Show. So you left me hanging last week, man. I had to sit here and do this all by myself. I don't like that.
I don't know if left you hanging was the choice. It was work related.
Oh, whatever.
But it was a sweet trip, and I got to go to Salt Lake City. So if you saw some of my pictures and stuff, the mountains, it was a little different view than Central Ohio.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. That was for some sports turf management meetings, but took a day to go out. We toured a distillery, which was very cool. High West.
I honestly didn't know that I thought Salt Lake City was like as straight edge as you can get.
So,
Bobby, you want to see the fans? Look at that rope right there, buddy. Look at that.
Our intros are never going to be the same.
Never going to be the same. I hope that people start listening to these. So you were. I called you Brother Months a few times. Did anyone get that reference?
Yeah.
If you're in the chat.
Well, I got it, and then, like the best part was some of the T-shirts out there, and I think the best one I saw was Utah Wives Matter, and I picked like a couple 3 pictures of a little women's sign from like a restroom. But they totally they play along in a lot of that. But we went out to. So
my wife's on there.
Oh no,
and Brandon Keller. Actually put her children to bed. Stop watching.
The best part I think was we went to that distillery. It was High West Distillery or something. I'm not a whiskey person at all. I actually tried probably more whiskey out there than ever, which is not much at all. But driving in, you like went through this ranch, and it was out in the mountains, beautiful, all snow, mule deer and elk everywhere. And
that's what you said.
I was just sitting there like, oh, me and Brian Hall are just like,
so you
watching.
You actually got to see mountains while you were out there.
Oh yeah.
Because when I went west, I still don't believe that there's a mountain west of the.
It is
amazing.
You have the clouds come in, how you can't see them. They just disappear, and then like next thing you know, boom, there, the sun comes out and beautiful. It was amazing.
Didn't happen to me.
No. Well, you were in there. You were there for like 24 hours.
I was. It was a quick turnaround. I saw some snow. Threw up in a parking lot. So yeah, it was a good trip to Montana. So deer season's winding down. How many days we got left?
About.
Oh, okay. Hunter has entered the chat.
Oh, now we're
welcome, gentlemen.
Man, we're getting big time. We got real celebrities in the room. So
don't put any more pressure. I'm already getting nervous. Look at my face turning red.
Yeah, don't do that. We've got.
I mean, it's just. I think waterfowl ended on Sunday.
There's a bunch of stuff still open. The gun or archery season goes till February 5th, so I don't know. Was that like 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, something like that.
Check your regulations book. But there's still some other things are out. Squirrel, cocktails. Let's go to the end of the month.
Yeah, you get small game until.
For crows. Don't forget your crows till March. But anywho, let's couple of the news things that we had come in from around the state. Just a reminder from ODNR that right now is a great time to go out and view bald eagles in the winter. So that was one of their highlights. Hocking Hills is having their 57th annual hike. And then in 2022, the state released more than 52 million fish into stocked areas. So those are just a couple of highlights. Nothing fun.
So can I jump in on the bald eagle thing? It's a little history lesson from Uncle Paul. Everyone says that Ben Franklin advocated for the wild turkey. Sorry, forgive me for diving off into a wild turkey tangent, but he advocated for
5 minutes.
He advocated for the wild turkey to be the national bird. He did not advocate. He just didn't like the bald eagle. Do you know what he called the bald eagle? A rank coward is what he called the bald eagle. So. I mean, I'd rather have a wild turkey season than a bald eagle season. So I'm glad that that it worked out in the way that it. I've seen 2 bald eagles in my life in Ohio, and both of them were eating out of a cornfield. So, I mean, America's bird, really. I just heard someone referred to the bald eagle as a buzzard with a good PR department. So I thought that was funny. So I'm done. I won't mention turkeys.
That's
the rest of the episode.
That's a lie. So.
Ben was a genius. Yes, he was. Bald head and chicken hawk. I like it. So I got something going on over here. All right. So what do we got? What What else is in the news? So just wrapped up SHOT Show out in Vegas. We got Jacob coming on.
Can you give us that recap?
Yeah, to talk about that.
So he mentions it there a little bit, but GoWild just, they work with us in the show, good friends down there. They got a lot going on right now. And the Mountain Tough and the GoWild partnership, Paul, you have been very instrumental in that. Actually, I got a chance to do that out there in Utah because I needed to get some movement going. And so I was in my hotel room, lunging, air squatting, shoulder shrugging, whatever, all that kind of stuff. That was actually a pretty good workout. I'm not gonna lie.
It was. It is
A
a go, dude. The lunges, I can't. So Coach Jimmy, I think I talked about this on the show from Mountain Tough. He lunges, I think 4 laps around a track every day.
That's crazy.
That's insane. That's impressive.
So they've got the Mountain Tough challenge going on. It's 30-day workout program designed to get you in shape for turkey season. Go check that out. And that's collaboration between GoWild and Mountain Tough. Jacob talks a little bit about it, but they've got the UTV giveaway, which if you haven't seen that thing, holy smokes,
that's pretty slick.
It is awesome. I don't know what did they say? It's like a $35,000 or $40,000 setup because it's got every bell and whistle possible. And like Brad told us, what else they were asking, what else can we put in? And there's nothing else.
Literally nothing else.
So that goes through March 31st. It's January 16th through March 31st. Let's see. For every member you get to join GoWild, you get an entry in to win. If you're a GoWild member already, you can hit share GoWild to your friends. Gives you a unique link that will give you an additional entry chance to win.
There's the splash page when you click on it. If you just hit like more info, it'll pop you right in there. So,
and the website, if you want to go old fashioned, timetogowild.com backslash or / which one's that?
Just I don't know /
UTV.
Yeah, it's the same one we literally use. You just hit it / I have no idea. It's this one. The question mark /
Okay, that one.
So I guess that would be forward. I mean, I guess it's depending on what way you're looking at it. I don't know. I did not know that Nickelback is touring Joel. That is fantastic information. Can we steal their songs for this podcast?
Block Joel?
No, why would we do that? It's their strongest supporter. So what else? We got MidwestGunworks.com. We got Cameron on today.
Yeah.
Parts Finder. That thing is pretty sweet. You guys check that out. Use the code Ohio Outdoors 5 to save yourself 5%, and then half rack. I messed this up. I always mess up their website. So if you type in if I'm on my work computer and I type in halfrack.com, it says that site is blocked. So I'm not really sure what halfrack.com is, but half-rack will bring you some really cool hunting accessories. So check them out. Great friends of the program, great friends of the hunters here in this country. So shed season is another thing that they got going on. I talked about it briefly the other day, just a community to share your shed stories. Shedseason.com. Find them on Instagram. Pretty cool stuff. So
very cool.
What else we got on your
First
little list
Light.
here?
Thanks. Shout out to the guys at First Light. We got Tethered. Got to see them down there at ATA, but Adrian and boys. So that's all I got as far as bill paying stuff goes.
Paying the bills. So let's see. Are you doing any more deer hunting for the last?
So I honestly contemplated doing it last weekend, but I kind of screwed my back up a little bit out there in Salt Lake. When I came back, I just needed to rest it, so I didn't feel like climbing trees.
Our buddy Cameron has joined the show. Cameron, we just talked about you. You just missed it. So yeah, your episode is today. Well, not today, but Wednesday. So this is the intro to your episode, Cameron. Man, we are glad that you were here. Great talk. I always spend way too much time on that website looking for rifles. One of these days I'm gonna get froggy and buy one. I will say the gun that I didn't know that I need is the Raider that he showed us when we were down there. Like I need that thing in my life. I just want to dress up like a Mad Max character and just ride around in a golf cart in my neighborhood. Is that legal? I don't know. But whatever. Good stuff. Bobby, appreciate you, man. We'll see you. Thanks for checking in.
Everybody. Thanks to everybody for stopping by. That was fun.
I bought a new bow because of months. I have no idea how to shoot it. Well,
is that Joel?
Yeah.
Joel,
come on out.
Joel's the It List podcast. So
yeah.
I am a huge fan, and I give Joel hell.
Dude, I love
every
their
time.
show.
It doesn't pop up on my feed like right away, but it is very satirical, comical.
Oh man, I love when they all get laughing.
It's hilarious.
It is funny.
It is a little bit probably more than PG-13, but it's fabulous. So
look at all those turkeys. Yeah, there's a few of them here. So
he's talking about us, Paul.
maybe he is. So let's see. I've totally lost my train of thought. You said something about turkey beards, and that was it. So I don't know, man. What else we got for the intro of the show?
Find our stuff at the.o2.podcast and Instagram, the02podcast.com. Got some shirts and stuff up there if you're interested. And then GoWild, of course, is the go-to. You put together a cool little video there of
that was a lot of fun, man. I printed off some pictures people had sent in we had the O2 hunt camps. We started that in the fall. People sent in duck pictures, duck hunting, a lot of deer pictures, bringing their kids in the outdoors. So I put those, printed off a lot of those. Check that out. That was really cool. I had a lot of fun making that. So we got Twitter or Instagram famous Pennsylvania Woodsman podcast in the house. Hunting podcast royalty, Mitchell Shirk. Awesome video. Turkey video, by the way. Mitch, I'm going to say I watched that thing probably 60 times. Couldn't stop watching it. Fantastic video. So check out Mitchell's webpage or Instagram webpage. I don't know. I start talking about chat rooms or something here. It's your
going old school, man.
Your AOL Instant Messenger. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good reference. Brandon Kelly, you don't know what the hell AOL is. That's all I got, Muntz. What else you got, man? That's it. So appreciate you guys listening. This is going to be a great episode. We got Cameron Tinker from Midwest Gunworks. We went out to St. Louis. 2 weeks ago at this point. Time's flying by. And had a great talk with him about
fabulous facility.
Oh man, I can't tell you. I was impressed with that place. Yeah, really, really impressed. Great staff, and I talked about it last week. The gunsmiths in that facility, top-notch. Elite. So really good, cool stuff coming out of there. Check out their YouTube. Cameron's doing a lot of really neat stuff on their YouTube with kind of breaking down guns and we talk about being a tinkerer. That's the place to check it out. So check them out, Midwest Gunworks. Enjoy this episode. Cameron, thanks so much for your time. Everyone listening to this, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for coming back week after week. Really appreciate you. Thanks for listening.
We moved up like 36 spots in the Australian.
Oh my God, can you believe that?
We're like podcast. We're like, who would have thought?
We're top 100 in Australia.
Because we talk about hunting wallaboos. That's got to be.
Oh my God! Someone Google kangaroo hunting and we pop up. We are going to end up on some sort of anti-hunting registry in Australia. So, yeah, folks, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you later.
GoWild, who has his little name as Turk Ferguson. So
we're gonna put this video on GoWild. We're gonna put it up. Yeah, we should. Jacob Turd, thanks for swinging by, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. So you spent last couple of days in Las Vegas for SHOT Show. So first off, tell everyone what SHOT Show is.
Yeah, so SHOT Show is all the firearms ammo. It actually stands for shooting, hunting, outdoor, and we thought tactical for the T, and now I'm actually drawing a blank on what the T stands for. But it's basically
tactical. That sounds good to me.
That's what I thought. Brad came back and said no, it's something else, but tactical sounds better.
Brad,
every gun manufacturers, ammo, a lot of the hunting brands are there. And when I say hunting brands, that's everything from bipods to camo to Ear Pro. I mean, everything you can imagine that kind of centers around firearms and shooting.
So when you're so it was in Vegas, but like what was it in, like one of the big casinos or big hotels? Where was it at?
So it's mostly in the Venetian. And then they've expanded to where I think there were 4 floors in the Venetian, and then they've have a bridge over to the Caesars Forum, which kind of sits back behind that. And they've expanded the floor plan over there to where it's even bigger now. So this year felt more like the crowd when we were there in 2020 and
pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, like right before COVID. And so, the crowd that was there felt great. Like there was a lot of people, a lot of activity. The foreign countries have opened up travel restrictions that were there before, and so everybody was back in full force.
Good. So when you were there, did any new products released to in the SHOT Show stand out to you?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm not a huge gun nut. We've talked about this with our team. We're much more like functional gun users, so it's for a purpose of going hunting or going target shooting. And I don't think as much about the cool stuff that's just a minute feature that's added to a firearm. But there was this company there called Gunworks. They're not new, but they make some really sweet custom rifles. And when you go to their website, it's like they're accurate out to 100 yards out of the box, and so that's their thing. But they had these custom ones displayed that had this really intricate engraving on them. You can check the one out that I liked was called Skull, and it's SKUHL. I definitely think you can go on their website and see it, but it's one of those ones that Dan and I were sitting there looking at it, and he said, "There's no price tag, and if you have to ask, it's too much." So this is it's extremely custom. You get to see some of that kind of stuff, guns that you'll never be able to necessarily put your hands on in some cases. And Glock comes out with a new Glock, it looks like a Glock, but you go to some of these other booths, it's really interesting stuff.
Good deal. Any releases on like the camouflage clothing or like hunting equipment releases out there that you saw?
From a pattern perspective, I didn't necessarily see anything that was earth shattering, but what I've kind of seen over the last few years, and is even more forward now, is that you see a lot of the stuff. If you went to SHOT Show a couple years ago, the tactical gear, the way it's cut, the Arc'teryx, kind of that very athletic, form-fitting cut that is in that apparel for military and spec ops type stuff, is starting to creep into hunting. You see it a lot with KUIU, and there's another one, Canis Athlete, that's out there that makes it's very well thought out, fashion forward almost, as far as a camo cut goes. There's a lot of that stuff creeping into the hunting apparel. First Light, for instance, very technical material, but these are like very strategic cut seams and where they're stitched and how they're stitched and all that kind of stuff. And so a lot of the hunting apparel, you're going to start seeing this big evolution into being very, very technical from a fit perspective. I'm excited about that. Some of the stuff that, you walk up and a few years ago was just a tactical outfit that is now, with mobile hunting hitting its stride, you're going to see a lot more of this functional camo it's not just layer up and sit in a tree all day. It's meant to move.
Very good. Any cool products that you can talk about that you picked up that'll be new on GoWild 23?
There's some interesting stuff that we're exploring. The one I mentioned, Everly Stock, we've been talking to and would love to get them in there. That's one that, their X2 pack is huge within the saddle hunting world, and so we would love to get them on. Mystery Ranch is another one, a similar kind of stuff there. And along that technical apparel side, one of the brands that we chatted with for a little bit was Stone Glacier, and I think, Paul, you met some of those guys maybe when you were out in Bozeman, and we ran into Weston out in Vegas too. He's like, you got to make sure you stop by and talk to those guys. And I don't know that their stuff fits kind of like the typical Eastern whitetail style, but it's really cool apparel. It's really cool stuff that's every day, not just in the field. And that's one that I would say is like high on my list to try to get in there.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of their bags and some clothes and different things like that. I'll endorse that. And there was, for the longest time, that was the bag I used saddle hunting, was I think Seric is what they call it. And that thing, it was small, much smaller than what I use now, but like it was easy and it was good and light and everything like that. It was a good pack. So
yeah, what's really interesting about them, they're all really hardcore hunters. They build the stuff that they just use and abuse out west in the mountains. and it's stuff that we could feel confident taking out here in the East. We walk through a bunch of thorns and some other things that they may not always be running through, but it's all very well thought out stuff.
Yeah, their products are really neat, and a beautiful showroom facility there. There's an actual airplane hanging from the ceiling in their shop. Pretty wild. So SHOT Show draws a big crowd. Any good entertaining hunting personalities that you get to see there?
Shook hands with Tim Kennedy. I mean, it's not necessarily just hunting personality, but I think from just an outdoor and shooting perspective, especially a self-defense realm, and just, a patriot for sure. Brad has had him on the podcast before and talked to him and stuff. And, I've listened to his book that he narrates. And so it's cool to just meet him in person. And I've been telling everybody this, his handshake. So I went in to shake his hand. I'm like, this dude's going to break me down. Like, he's a UFC fighter. Like, he's literally going to break me down in this handshake. It was just normal. So I've like prepped for this soul shaking handshake, and it was just normal guy handshake.
At least you didn't go in like super aggressive, like I'm going to squeeze his hand before he did. You're just like, I'm Jacob. Just like yelling.
And it wasn't a dead fish. So, he wasn't on the two extremes.
So was attendance pretty good out there?
Yeah, I thought it was full. I thought it was a really good crowd. You guys were at ATA. It definitely felt a lot more lively than that. And, even though that a lot of the booths thought they had good attendance at ATA, SHOT Show was another level.
Yeah. Las Vegas in January sounds a little nicer than Indianapolis. I mean, it might be part of it, but
no offense to our friends directly down 70, but yeah, Vegas is just nicer than Indianapolis. So
it was actually kind of chilly there. It's still winter time, but there was no 50s as much as it usually is.
Here's an idea: SHOT Show 2024, Key West, Florida. We will be there. Book it.
I'm very interested.
Use your poll for whatever you got there at SHOT Show to make that happen. So,
the one
Jacob, what do you guys got going on at GoWild? You got anything fun going on right now?
Well, we got that big UTV giveaway. So if you haven't heard about it yet, every time you refer a new member, you get an entry into win a really sweet UTV that we put together. Had a ton of fun building, and might have test drove it a couple times out at the farm. It's very sweet. And then we're also kind of getting down to the last leg of the Mountain Tough Challenge. Yeah. So I got to go do 400 lunges tomorrow.
Catch up. Yeah, get after it. Get after it. Get those legs working. So, Jacob, thank you so much for our time, man. We appreciate you. Where can people find you on social media?
Well, GoWild, Jacob Knight, pretty easy there. I don't really touch the Blue Company stuff, but I'm definitely on LinkedIn. I post from time to time on there, so you can find me there.
Good deal. Jacob, thanks for your time, buddy.
All right.
Thanks, sir. Yep. Take care.